And we are going to begin tonight with a number of updates concerning the state's recreational marijuana program that comes just one day after our area's first state licensed dispensary opened for business. Good evening, everyone. I'm Claudine Ewing. Today, the state's Cannabis Control Board held a meeting and covered quite a few different topics. And one of the big headlines is that more conditional adult use retail dispensary licenses have been awarded. A number of those are for businesses right here in Western New York. And that's just one of the many issues tackled at today's meeting. Joining us live is Damian Fagan, the Chief Equity Officer with the State Office of Cannabis Management. Damian, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
We're going to start with those new licenses. How many more licenses were approved today, and what can you tell us about the ones here in Western New York, and how many licenses has the state awarded in total as of now?
So today was a monumental day for the card program. We announced a total of 212 licensees today. 9 of those are in Western New York, bringing the total amount of licenses currently active and looking for property, 19 in Western New York. We actually have a second dispensary opening in the Buffalo area on Friday, Herbal IQ, run by Bradley Kyler.
Now we know that Western New York fell a bit behind schedule when it came to opening state licensed dispensaries, aside from the ones on the Seneca Nation. Now, with Buffalo's first shop opening yesterday and another one set to open in Depew later this week, is there more momentum from the state side of things to just keep expanding this program?
Oh, absolutely. Momentum is 100% behind us. You know, in the last 2 weeks, we've opened about 6 brick and mortar retail dispensaries across the state. I can see the pipeline coming down the rest of July and August. You know, we're looking at 10 more potentially all over the state, including in Western New York. And listen, I think that, you know, New Yorkers have been right to take issue with the length of time it's been to open up these stores. But a lot of these operators needed that time. You know, there's a lot that goes into open up a recreational dispensary, an adult use dispensary that's licensed and compliant and has all the proper permits. And I applaud every single entrepreneur. I'm at almost at every single opening I can get to because I'm just so proud of these guys for all the effort and the hard work to operationalizing these licenses and bringing legal cannabis to New York State.
Definitely a new day for New York State. Now, on the other side of things, growers or cultivators have been growing a lot of stock of cannabis. We've heard about that, but it's been difficult to find a place for some of them to legally sell their products. So tell us about the initiative that was approved today to allow growers more places to sell directly to consumers.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I was a hemp farmer in New York, and I remember, you know, how painful it was when, you know, the crop that I put all my blood, sweat, and tears into couldn't find a market at the end of the harvest. A lot of hemp farmers that are currently in the adult use cannabis program faced similar obstacles back then. And, you know, it's just simply an issue that arises when it tends to be a lot easier for farmers who are very skilled and talented and have the infrastructure and land to grow cannabis than it is for some of our other entrepreneurs to get the permitting, to find compliant property, to negotiate with landlords. There's a mismatch in how long it takes to stand up each business and get it going. And unfortunately, the farmers have been harmed by that mismatch. And, you know, it was incumbent upon us in our office to protect our production side of our industry. You know, these farmers are going to be the backbone of what's to come in legal cannabis in New York. And that's the kind of economic development we want to incentivize in our office. We want rural parts of this state, farmers, folks who have had difficulty turning a profit on a family, like a 100-year-old family farm. We want them to be able to take advantage of this opportunity. And so the Cannabis Growers Showcase that the board, you know, signed off on today creates those opportunities. You know, farmers have been demanding more avenues to get their products to consumers. And that's exactly what the Cannabis Growers Showcase is intended to do. We expect a lot of our card retailers to partner with these farmers to open up and start pop-up retail opportunities across the state at events and, you know, hosting their own events. It'll increase access to legal, safe, tested product for New York consumers, and it'll increase outlets for our farmers to move that product.
That's a very interesting point that you brought out, and I'm sure for a lot of the farmers, that is the good news that they wanted to hear. Now, finally, getting back to conditional retail licenses for people with prior marijuana convictions. After today's round of approvals, more than 450 licenses are now out there for this part of the program. That is beyond the initial estimates. How many more do you anticipate being approved, and when might license applications open up for retailers, those with a prior conviction?
Yeah, so we expect to license more card applicants. There are still some licensees, some applicants that are in the review process because of that injunction prevented us from really starting to tackle a lot of the reviews of their applications and the background checks yeah, in certain regions, specifically Western New York, Brooklyn. So we do expect to release more licenses at the next board meeting. But to start your industry with close to 500 justice impacted New Yorkers, folks who, despite all odds, facing that arrest, that marijuana related conviction, despite facing that setback, went on to start profitable businesses in their communities. That New York has started this industry, this retail opportunity with them as the foundation is huge. No state has done that. No state is committed to redressing the harms from prohibition as much as this state has. And it's a testament to leaders like, Majority Leader Crystal Peoples-Stokes in Buffalo, who, really is the inspiration and the guiding light for a lot of this work. And we have a lot more to go. We plan to open up general licensing applications for the rest of the country, the rest of the state, for other New Yorkers who also had marijuana-related convictions in October. Once we flip that switch and open up license applications to all those individuals, though it doesn't turn off. There will be rolling applications for very specific licenses available to entrepreneurs in perpetuity, rolling applications. And so we're really excited to see what kind of folks put forward their names to join this industry and build it with us.
You're so right about that, and I caught your reference, rolling. A lot of rolling will be going on, but one thing is clear, that those who were being locked up for being in that game now can do it legally. So, Damian Fagan, you are the Chief Equity Officer with the State Office of Cannabis Management. I want to thank you so much for joining us this evening on the Town Hall.
Absolutely. Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you.